The first thing you're gonna wanna do is make some bacon. Depends on how much bacon you like, but I feel like a good guide is 2 pieces of bacon per slider. So once the bacon is done the way you like it, just take it off and drain on a paper towel. Now the bacon's done, I'm gonna crack 3 eggs into this little measuring cup, but you can crack them into a cup, a bowl, whatever you like. However you like to mix your eggs. So I just like doing it in this because it's easy to pour. I'm gonna mix this up. Make sure you beat your eggs really well when you're doing any kind of breakfast sandwich. Instead of doing the eggs individually, we're gonna do it as one big long one, so make sure you beat them really well. So these rolls were in my pantry. They've seen better days, but I'm just gonna try to pull out 4 of them that look kind of put together. All right, this will work for sure. Now I'm gonna lightly butter the inside on both sides. Just continue doing it until you have them all buttered. And this is the last one. Now we're gonna leave the rolls there until the eggs are almost done. I'll show you how we're gonna toast those. So you have 2 options here. You can either get a brand new skillet and spray it with cooking spray and put your eggs in there like that, or you can use the grease from the bacon and put your eggs in here. I'm gonna put my eggs in here because this is the way that I like to do it. I feel like the grease, there's so much flavor in that. But if you don't wanna do that and you wanna start from scratch with your own skillet, fine. But if you are gonna use this, just be careful with the salt. I'm not gonna add any extra salt because I feel like there's a lot of salt in here. But if you wanna add salt, it's up to you. It's just, I don't like too much salt, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is. Now I'm gonna season my eggs. If you'd like to do after the eggs are cooked, you can do it then, but I like to do it now, so that's what I just did. So now we're gonna do it kind of like how I taught you how to do an omelet. I'm just gonna push the sides around and get all the uncooked egg into the corners like that. I'm gonna continue doing that until all the egg is cooked. So now that the egg is cooked, it just has a very little bit to go. There's a very little bit of uncooked egg in the top, but that's gonna cook, continue cooking. So I'm gonna fold it over like this. Fold it over again. If I can do another time, let's see it. I'm gonna do it again. Ooh. The pan is so well greased, it's like hard to even get underneath it. Okay. All right, perfect, there we go. So I'm gonna turn the heat down on this a little bit. I'm gonna turn the heat up on this is where I'm gonna toast the bread. So I'm gonna let this warm up while I put the cheese on this. I'm using American cheese. Again, it's your kitchen. You can use whatever kind of cheese that you want. But for these sliders, I'm gonna use American, so I'm gonna put, I don't really need a 3rd piece of cheese, but let's just go for it. It's the weekend, why not? Now I'm gonna take my slider buns and put them down in the hot pan. The cheese is melting pretty nicely, but I'm gonna lid it just to give it a little bit extra help. And keep checking your sliders. These aren't even close to being done, but you just don't want them to burn. The buns are almost done, and this is what the eggs look like. This is how I like to do it. I have 4 sandwiches, so I'm gonna break this in half. Then I'm gonna break it in half again. So each slider will get a nice little section of egg with a little bit of burnt cheese, which that to me is the best part. Okay, let's check the buns. It should be good. Yep. Now I'm gonna put these down on my serving plate. So let me show you what they look like inside. Looks good, right? I like doing them like this instead of the individual eggs. I feel like you get more in each bite. The eggs come out super fluffy when you do it like this, especially with the bacon grease. Now the last one. Now the only thing left is to put your bacon on. Like I said, 2 pieces for each. It's probably a good idea. But if you want to do more, you do more. And that's it. Now you have your breakfast sliders. I hope you guys liked this one and thought that it was easy to do.